Do you need or should you get a suppressor? Valid question, and we're going to talk about just that. The positives, the negatives. Do you need one? Should you have one? Hey everybody, I'm Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. I was in the military for 20 years. I did a lot of stuff. Been a lot of places. Been a prepper for over 20 years. And yes, just now got my first personal suppressor. What is it? So let's talk about that. This is a Resilient Suppressors Stacy's Mom. You can see in the end, I got the flow-through cap. It's the only one I have right now that they sent me. Now the closed and the mid, I may get those, test them out, but right now I got the flow-through, and I have a something suppressor cover for it. It's a good suppressor cover. So, what are my first thoughts? We're going to do some shooting videos here. This is not going to be a shooting video, but I have found this to be very effective at reducing flash. It does a very good job of bringing the sound levels down to safe levels for use without hearing protection. I'd say it's probably bringing it down about 130-ish decibels. So pretty good. This is not the K version. This is the full version. It's 6-inch. But so far, so good. Another thing that this does pretty well is I tested it at night. Show that right now. That is the Resilient Suppressors Stacy's Mom with the open end at night. That's how much flash it gives off. Okay, so as you saw, the first round, there was some flash. Second round, a lot less. Third round, very, very little flash. Yes, and that's the way it happens also. Just like the first round is going to be the loudest round. Second round, quieter, and so on. I mean, you get to a point where it just levels off. But suppressors, do you need one? Should you get one? Well, that's kind of a complicated topic right now. Why? Because of the removal of the tax stamp. So a lot of people are like, yes, no more tax stamp. It's $205 less to get a suppressor now. But now everybody waited until that. Not everybody, but a bunch of people waited until that. So now you're not going to get your suppressors quickly. They're going to be backlogged, and everybody's getting suppressors and stuff like that. ATF's going to be backlogged. So now you're looking at longer waits again, which I know that can't be helped now. I snagged mine before all that mess because I also know that certain states, including mine, have legislation where they're going to go ahead and ban them because without the tax stamp, it is no longer, and I'm not a lawyer, but it's no longer a protected item so that the states can individually ban them. So people in my state, I know they were waiting, and then, they're going to a long wait, and then by the time that long wait happens, they're probably going to get the legislation passed in between now and then they're going to lose out. But anyway, that's a moot point because it's already too late to get a tax stamp suppressor. Do I think that preppers need suppressors? Well, it depends on your role. That's always my answer, right? It depends. Yes, because it does. It depends on a lot of things. Are you going to be the guy with this kind of stuff out running around doing the things? Protecting people, taking care of society from all enemies, foreign and domestic? Yeah, then I would advocate for a suppressor. Why? We're going to get into that. But first off, is it worth the price? Okay, so there are some very expensive suppressors. You guys know me, I'm very, very budget limited, like zero budget. So how did I get a suppressor? Okay, well, I made some sacrifices. I sold some stuff that really didn't want to sell, but I felt that it's very important to have my primary weapon systems set up the best I can. It's better to have your setup done properly than maybe have some stuff laying around that you don't necessarily need. You want it, but we got to make sacrifices in life. So the Stacy's Mom through Suppressor Shop, which I'm not associated anything with them at all, was $550, and then the $205 tax stamp and then like a 2-week wait. Stacy's mom at $550 compared to, $1,000 plus suppressors out there. I'd say right there. I mean, not far off enough to justify doubling the price. I'd say right now, and I've watched a lot of videos, done a lot of research also, that Resilient Suppressor, Stacy's mom, is probably one of the top budget, definitely, suppressors out there that can compete with a lot higher price suppressors. And once maybe they become a bigger company and stuff like that, maybe their prices will go up because a lot more people will realize the quality of their stuff. What do suppressors do? Why do you need a suppressor? Why should you have a suppressor? Everybody calls them silencers, which I get. You can call them either or. I like the term suppressor because it's not a silencer. Actually, here's a historical note. The gentleman, Mr. Maxim, the guy that made the machine gun, his nephew, son, or grandson, somebody like that, he was also a Maxim, created what we now call the muffler on a car and the suppressor for a firearm. He invented both of them. He originally named it the automotive suppressor and the firearm muffler. We all know how well that worked out. But anyway, okay, yes. It's not going to make it Hollywood quiet, especially out of a 5.56. This is 5.56, which is a supersonic round. It's still going to go boom. It's still going to be loud. The perceived noise downrange is still going to be loud. But it lessens the noise my direction, the shooter direction, which enables you to fire without hearing protection. Why is that important? I just throw on my hearing protection, no big deal. Here is one of the biggest reasons why this matters. This matters if you're with a group of guys or a group of people that all have suppressors on and you're running around doing the things. You don't have to rely on ear, throat mic, comms, and stuff like that. You can actually perform verbal commands and communications when you're running suppressors. If you're not, all that gunfire, stuff like that, there's no way you're going to hear anything anybody says. But with suppressors, you're a lot more likely to be able to do that. So that's one thing. Yes, it does lessen the noise, and the further somebody is away, the more obstructions there are, like in a town between buildings and stuff like that. It may help to throw off the enemy's ability to locate your exact location, to pinpoint you. But the primary use, the number one reason to have a suppressor is flash mitigation. Because as you saw a minute ago, it really reduces the flash of this rifle. And yes, I will be doing future videos shooting unsuppressed and suppressed on the same rifle. And you'll see this on all my rifles from now on out, whether it be my 10.5 pistol, whether it be my general purpose rifle or my special purpose rifle. This will reside on them. All I have to do is get some quick disconnects, a couple more for the other two rifles. All right, so do I feel that you should have a suppressor? Well, I do feel it's highly advantageous. I do feel it's something that's good to get before they're completely banned. And I feel that if you're in the role of a warrior, a gunslinger, a modern Minuteman, a militia guy, whatever you want to call it, if you're in a security or defensive role, defensive or offensive role, then yes, a suppressor is a good thing to have. It is a wise investment. So all of you guys, run out there and buy yourselves a suppressor. No, I'm kidding. It is a very good tool to add to your toolbox. And it might just give you that little chance of surviving that you might not have had if you didn't have one. And let's be honest, they're kind of fun. And they look cool. Then you can be a cool guy running around with a suppressor, you know? Yeah, I'm finally a cool guy. I finally got one. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, if you're a tactical guy, highly recommend suppressor. If you're just an average person trying to protect your home or something like that, you don't necessarily need it. Another thing, actually, I want to go into about suppressors. Now, if you really want to be quiet, then with an AR platform, style platform, and a good CQB rifle, then I know there's other things out there and people will argue with me and stuff like that. But anyway, 300 blackout, subsonic ammo, suppressed out of, say, like a 10.5. That would be a good setup. Maybe someday I might have the opportunity to order a 30 cal can and do just that. Speaking of that, some people talk about like having a general purpose can. Get a 30 cal can, running it on their 5.56 and their 30 cal. Well, if you're going to do that, make sure you get the right high quality 30 cal can that isn't just made for low pressure subsonic 300 blackout. Make sure it can take the velocity of a hyper or supersonic round. And then still, you might want to get the 5.56 end cap for it, but you still won't be as quiet. And you still won't get as much flash mitigation than having a dedicated can. So as far as dedicated cans, I would recommend, if you want a 5.56 can, get a 5.56 can. If you want a 300 blackout or something like that, or you want to suppress your 308 or something like that, then get a dedicated can for that. It makes more sense. They're more effective because that's what they're made for. Anyway, hope you guys liked the video, and thank you very much for allowing me to be part of your day. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.